Students, welcome to my social studies class. This is Sanchita ma'am here to take your class today. Hope you all are well. I have already finished chapter number 1, Understanding History. Hope you all have learned the chapter and read the chapter many times. Today I will start this chapter, Clues to the Past. Page number 12. Please students, you open page number 12 of your book. Chapter 2, Clues to the Past. Today we will start this chapter. Clues to the Past. The first thing will come to our mind that what is the meaning of clues? Clues means a piece of evidence, you can say, or a trace or information used to find out the past. Because history means all related to the past. So, clues means a piece of evidence or trace or information used to find out the past. Now, we are starting the chapter. How can we find out about the past of our family? If we think about our family, so first thing will come that how can we find out about the past of our family? From where? Old family photographs can tell us a lot about earlier days. We learn how our parents looked as young kids, what they used to wear, or who their friends were, and many such things. Sometimes we may find old items in our house that give us an idea of the past, such as old diaries and letters or toys that our parents used to play with. We may also ask our parents or grandparents about where they used to live earlier, when they got married, what memories they had of their childhood days, and so on. Now I am showing you a slide of old family photographs. See, in the photographs some old family pictures are shown. From these photographs we can learn many things. See, we may also learn about how our parents looked as young kids, what they used to wear, what kind of dresses they wear, who were their friends, etc. We can learn from these old family photographs. Sometimes old letters. From old letters we can learn also our past. Old letters of our family members, of your family members, can reveal some old things, old incidents of your family to you. Here I am showing you one old letter. It was a letter written by famous poet Rabindranath Tagore to our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. You can see where it is written, from Shantiniketan, and the time is May 17th, 1936. Then Rabindranath Tagore wrote this letter to Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal, that means our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. From this kind of letters we can get some ideas of the past, that time, what it's written in that letter, that can also give us some old memories. In this slide, I am showing you pictures of old diaries. Old diaries also you can get from your family members, your parents' diary or your grandparents' diary. You can get from these old diaries, you also get some ideas of your family background, or your parents, grandparents. Many incidents you can find out from the old diaries. So, these kind of things give us many incidents, many clues of the past. All these things, for example, old photographs, letters, diaries of our parents and grandparents, give us clues to the past. These are the sources of our family history. All these are what? They are called the sources of our family history. Similarly, there are sources that give us clues to the history of a group of people who lived in a place at a particular time in the past. Historians and archaeologists find these clues, interpret them, and tell us about the past. What is the meaning of archaeologist? I am telling you, archaeologists mean the persons who study human history and prehistory. They study artifacts found in the ground to learn about how people lived in the past. I will give you the word meaning also. Here also you can underline this archaeologist, this word. And interprets means they explain us. The archaeologist, these persons, they explain us the past and tell us about the past. So these are called the sources. Now, sources of history. There are two kinds of sources of history. One is called archaeological and another one is called literary. What is the meaning of archaeological? Archaeological means the study of human activity through the recovery and analysis of material culture. The goals of archaeology are to explain the origins and development of human culture, history, etc. So here monuments, artifacts and coins are example of archaeological sources. Literary sources are written records, old manuscripts and books, epics and religious texts, various written documents and old newspapers are some of the literary sources. I am showing you another slide. Here archaeologists. There are two pictures are given. Archaeologists are searching or finding traces, clues of history. See the picture. Archaeologists. Archaeologists mean the persons who study human history and prehistory. They study artifacts found in the ground to learn about how people lived in the past. Another one I told you in the earlier page, that artifacts. What does it mean? Artifacts means, see the slide, one pottery, picture of one pottery, old pottery I am showing you, old pottery. In your book also you can see in page number 13, old Greek potteries pictures are given. I will show you later. See another picture, some old jewelry pictures and tools. These all are called artifacts. Artifacts means something crafted that was used for a particular purpose during a much earlier times. All are related to much earlier times. That means past. An object that is made by a person, such as a tool or a decoration, especially one that is of historical interest. For example, we can say pottery, jewelry works, toys, tools of ancient time are called artifacts. So artifacts and archaeologist, both these meanings are clear to you. This is another pottery and this one is tools and jewelry. Jewelry, this one jewelry, old jewelry, and this one is a picture of old tools, weapons of ancient time. Go to page number 13, monuments and artifacts. Monuments, this word is already known to you. In previous chapter we already discussed what is called monuments. Monuments are buildings of historical importance. They tell us about the time when they were built and about the people who built them. For example, the Stupa of Sanchi. See the picture, the Stupa of Sanchi. It was built by Emperor Ashoka, great Emperor Ashoka of India. This tells us that he was a patron of Buddhism. Sometimes the pyramids of Egypt give us valuable information about the lives of the people in ancient Egypt, their thoughts and beliefs, etc. Now look at this slide. Here I am showing you cave paintings at Bhimbetka. Bhimbetka is a place in Madhya Pradesh, our state, Madhya Pradesh, India. There also, in the caves of mountains, paintings you can see there. You know, many people lived in caves at that time. They often drew bulls, bisons and other animals on the cave walls. These paintings are important clues for historians. In India, we find paintings of the prehistoric period at Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. See, the people here shown fighting, and two pictures by some animals pictures, bisons and some most probably one elephant's picture. So these are the Bhimbetka cave paintings. This can give us about the prehistoric information. The Altamira cave in Spain is famous for such paintings also. Here it is the cave paintings of Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh, India. So students, up to this is today's task. You read these two pages, page number 11 and page number 12 and 13. You learn these pages. Next day we will discuss next part of this chapter. Bye then. Bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.